Yeah, everyone's saying no sound.
Everyone.
Everyone that's in the chat.
How many everyone's?
2 so far saying no sound.
Okay. Let's try this again. What was that? Can you hear it?
That
I hear stuff coming out of your pink head.
Oh, so now we have the audio? Is that what that was?
Yeah, we have audio. That's
Okay.
what that
Yay! Okay, well
Yeah.
then.
This thing was screwed from the start, so you don't have to do that.
Yeah. Okay. So
we're gonna try it again.
I guess we could start.
Do you want to make your elaborate entrance again?
No.
All right.
That was all for YouTube.
Yeah.
They didn't even get to hear it.
Yeah, I know, right? Damn. Okay. So
Start over.
Start over. Okay.
Yep. Live, people.
Yeah. Oof. Why didn't this happen on SmackDown? Okay. Live from La Cocina Studios, this 192nd edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
This is Travis. I made it. I'm here.
Oh, Chris is
Boo.
back. Yay. Hey, Chris. What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, he's not sweating yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
Do you want me to get some sanitizer?
Wait for it. Save it for later.
Well, the one dispensing out the sanitizer back behind the laptops, that's Porsche. Porsche, say hi.
Hi.
If you guys are watching us on the live chat, which you may have already been, you know that you can interact with us and
Hopefully you can hear us.
Yeah, hear us. Tell us if there's any technical difficulties. You can also just call us out on any kind of BS that's going on, or if we ask you and pose you questions, you can interact throughout the show. So that's the advantages of watching live on what I was gonna say Tuesday nights, but it's not Tuesday night, it's Wednesday night. We've switched it over.
Why is it on Wednesdays now?
Because WWE likes to screw with our schedule.
Well, we're no TNA. But,
well, I guess not. But yeah, WWE's SmackDown is live on the Tuesdays, and that's what we were watching last night. So we're doing the show on Wednesdays now. So
for the foreseeable future.
Right.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah.
So the draft.
Exact
Are we gonna get right into it? Let's just bust this nut right now. We're the draft.
Ooh.
Tuesday.
Okay.
The number one pick, Seth Rollins.
Makes sense. I think that was an obvious pick.
I
think that was an obvious choice.
Yeah.
So Raw got Rollins, SmackDown got Ambrose.
That was the next obvious pick.
Yep, I like it.
Shocker for me, number one.
Ooh.
The third pick. Yeah, really. Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty shocking. I think it's even more shocking the fact that the next picks weren't immediately the other title holders. Like if it was Charlotte and then tag champs and US champ and intercontinental champ, bam, 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 right after another, then you could see, oh, well, the strategy behind Steph and Shane is, oh, well, we got to get the titles for our respective shows. But that's not what happened. So it makes it even more surprising that Charlotte went.
Surprising, or not about Charlotte, but bad on what you're saying about if you're keeping this kayfabe and everything,
right?
And you want to make it look legit, why wouldn't the GMs or the commissioners or whoever goes for the titles?
Yeah,
because your title holders are the best of that division,
right? And even if you don't like the wrestler that is the title holder, at least you have the damn title on your show and you can put it on somebody else.
And let's jump down a few spots here. Whenever, I think it was, I don't think it was Rusev that was first, but whenever Daniel Bryan, I don't know if he meant to do it like this, but
Rusev and Lana was number 16 for Raw, so Daniel Bryan and Shane countered by having Miz and Maurice 17. So both the mid-card titles back to back.
And they were in 16 and 17. That was way down low. And the fact that the way Daniel Bryan said it was, well, I guess we got to have a title. Let's get Miz.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
Yeah, I think he tried to be like, well, I don't want to have the Miz, but we have to have the title. But he kind of delivered it funny, where it's like, well, fuck, I guess we'll have the title.
Here's the rebuttal to the whole argument. Do you want to have the Miz as like your number 3 or your number 5 pick, or do you want to get AJ Styles number 4, Finn Balor number 5?
Well, that goes back to what we were just saying.
That's the argument.
How do you keep it kayfabe, but not pick your most popular wrestlers?
Right. I mean, that's kind of the problem with the way that they've handled the title situation for the different shows. Even now, after the draft, we still don't really know what's going to happen. Are we going to have 2 world titles? And I mean, you got, Roman and Seth on one show. You got Dean on the other. They're having a title match at the pay-per-view. So
for the 3rd time.
Yeah. And so we don't know who's going to actually, which show is going to have the title. So it seems like a bit of a cluster. I would think that when they released the rules, one of the rules would have been, okay, well, Raw gets this and this and this title. SmackDown gets this and this and this title.
Or champions are free roaming until they get
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But see here, they're like, oh well, we got to pick Brock, we got to pick Finn, so they're gonna go up higher. But then it kind of makes the actual titles themselves.
Because technically the titles weren't drafted. It was the wrestlers.
It's the wrestler.
So
You're right.
the wrestlers could be omnipresent on both the brands until they get beat, and then they just stick to whichever brand they were relegated.
That's how it was last time.
That was not made clear to me.
And and that should have been.
Exactly.
With a nice little list that they made the time to make specific on what they were doing, it would have been a nice.
I mean,
little
hell, they
feature
put in that list the thing about oh well, if we're gonna draft a team that counts as one, unless you want to split them up and blah blah. Like, okay, like you could have just like you took the time to think of that little detail. Yeah, but
and on that note, where was that at? Like, there was no
one team got split, and it wasn't even on the show. It was the after show on the network or whatever.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Top 5 picks. What do you think of the top 5 picks so far?
All right. Seth, Dean.
Rollins, Ambrose, Charlotte, AJ Styles, and Finn Balor.
I like it. If
titles
aside from the title, kerfuffle. I like it.
Are you surprised that John Cena wasn't in there?
No.
Somewhat.
No,
Not completely.
And I'll tell you why. We had this conversation a couple hours ago.
All right.
I liked how on Monday the commentary team were making a very big deal of the emphasis of the picks. Like, man, John Cena, 15-time champ, big cornerstone of a brand. But how much gas does he have in the tank left? Do you want to invest a high pick on somebody like Cena as opposed to somebody that still has that can give you another 15 years like Balor?
Yeah, it's like you're not drafting Kobe Bryant fresh out of high school. You're drafting Kobe Bryant now,
who was like 30% this year shooting in the Lakers.
Yeah.
And they're like 8-8, 80.
That's a basketball player, Travis.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
See,
so,
he actually follows basketball. That's the one sport that he actually follows. So it's
somewhat.
Yeah.
Big balls. So
What?
That's his sport.
Oh.
So then we get into the drug category. Roman Reigns gets pick number 6. Who else was surprised by that? A guy that was your heavyweight champion this year was not and is in the main event of your next pay-per-view and is not in your top 5.
I don't know, because like I feel like they should have done one of two things. Roman should have went with Dean and Seth up there, or Roman should have not been drafted at fucking all because he's fucking suspended. He's suspended. He shouldn't be on TV via satellite in video packages. He shouldn't be advertised all these 4 weeks or whatever to be the main event of the pay-per-view. He shouldn't be involved in the draft. He's fucking suspended.
That could have been a cool last-minute hook for the draft picks. Like, hey, where's Reigns? You know how they left Keith Slater undrafted.
Well,
like,
right.
Hey, where's Roman Reigns going? Leave it up in the air from Tuesday even to Sunday. He's not signed, and then you wait till Monday or Tuesday to figure out where he ends
up. How would that work in other sports for drafts? Like if there's someone that's
if you don't get picked in the regular NFL or NBA draft or baseball draft,
you become a free
agent, and a team could just sign you willy-nilly for like a low ball contract.
Let's talk about this just for a second. Let's move on to the very end of the post show and everything. Keith Slater.
Okay.
And the reason I want to bring this up because we're just talking about free agents. I don't know if y'all saw the tweet by Keith Slater earlier today. All caps, he says, "I'm the hottest free agent." There was supposed to be 60 draft picks, and there's 59. And Heath Slater was the last one. They're shutting down lights. He was sitting in a chair. He was like, "Come on, y'all forgot about me." And today he's like, "I'm the hottest free agent out there."
Nice.
So what if they started doing that? Because I think isn't there still more people on the roster that they haven't?
Really, I'm sure there is.
Like the little jobbers and shit that you don't really see that much.
I mean, I was surprised that we saw the Ascension, get drafted to whatever show they went to.
But what if there was a thing like that where we have free agents?
Yeah.
And at any point during the year, they can go, they can be pulled in or whatever.
Yeah.
They can-
I'm calling it right now, man. I would love to see Heath Slater as like a surprise entrant in like an NXT takeover match before SummerSlam. Have him in NXT.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I like to see him. I like that idea, but another idea that I had is I like to see him just crash the party on both Raw and SmackDown and try to campaign for him to be, please, Daniel.
Make Heath Slater relevant again.
Yeah, yeah, please draft me. Oh, Mick Foley, please, you're great. Please draft me or sign me or whatever. Give me a job. I need some money. Whatever.
John Cena's number 7. He's going to SmackDown.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar's number 8. Just pause it
He's
here.
going to Raw.
Yeah.
So what do we think about that? He's kind of low on the list. He's in the top 10.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's going to the flagship show.
Right. But how much of that is an actual pick? Because like he's gonna wrestle.
He's a special attraction.
Yeah.
He's a special attraction.
Yeah. Like him, Undertaker, Triple H.
Question.
They don't need to be on any brand.
Question. If it was already announced that he was going to fight Randy Orton at SummerSlam, do you think he would have been in this draft at all?
Maybe not. I don't know. Like, I don't think he should because he is just such a special attraction.
Like, he should be on both shows.
Yeah. Hell, he's hardly on either.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't relegate him to this one show.
Yeah.
You should relegate him to pay-per-views.
That's what I was trying to
Relegate him
say.
to the network.
Right.
Yeah. He's a pay-per-view guy. He just shows up for pay-per-views.
How much of a special attraction is Lesnar now? Best week ever, mofo.
Oh, jeez.
You want to break this down?
Our best week ever segment was a lie.
It was a lie.
You all bought it. Hook, line, and sinker.
That's it. I'm taking off this shirt.
No, please.
No?
God, no.
Okay.
US 88. Let him know that he got popped for 2 violations.
Of the same substance,
Same
whatever
substance.
it is.
One out of competition,
Yeah.
and the second one in competition.
Right.
So the difference basically is there's a 24-hour window. 12 hours before your fight and 12 hours after your fight, that's considered in competition.
Right.
Everything else before and after is considered out of competition. So he had the ding for out of competition that was June 24th.
20
or 29th?
Something like that.
And then he got the other ding on July 7th, I think.
The day of the fight.
Yeah, the day of the fight.
Mhm.
Apparently of the same substance.
Yeah.
Call you out because you just threw a little hissy fit about Roman Reigns being suspended.
Yes.
Does the same rule apply to Brock Lesnar?
It should.
Wait for this?
Yeah,
Do you want to see him wrestle Randy Orton after he got busted for drugs?
No. I didn't want to see him wrestle Randy Orton anyway,
Oh, shit.
but yeah, like
You're wearing his fucking shirt.
I am wearing a shirt because I wanted to do the little bit where I threatened to take it off.
You knew that wasn't going to go over.
Well, I was.
Well, I didn't have any singles. Otherwise, I would have taken the bet.
Yeah.
If anybody needs the singles,
I got a quarter.
You got a quarter? You gonna make it hail?
make it drizzle.
No.
You.
Go ahead.
Do you want to see? Do you think Lesnar deserves the same kind of ridicule that Roman Reigns is getting right now? Should he be at SummerSlam against Randy Orton?
I think it's funny that WWE is being very quiet about Lesnar. I don't honestly hearing his name on Raw or SmackDown surprised me during the draft. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know where they stand with him because this whole suspension thing, like you're a UFC thing, it's not a WWE thing.
Exactly. It's not a wellness policy, WWE wellness policy violation.
Right. So does that deflate your whole argument on Lesnar?
No, not really. But I find it interesting as far as like the case study of it goes as to, well, if you're in WWE and another sport and you get dinged in another sport, how does that work with WWE? Like, are you going to have to go and get retested, or they test him at that time so he's not suspended,
Right.
or what are you going to do?
And that's the kicker there.
Yeah.
We have the lawsuit with all these old folks from the 80s trying to sue Vince McMahon
Yeah, Snuka
For,
and
Everybody.
for
everybody.
head
Yeah.
injuries.
Damn near half the roster of the 80s and 90s.
For
Yeah.
head injuries. Yet WWE is saying we've had Lesnar. The last match Lesnar had was at WrestleMania. His next match is August at SummerSlam. As an independent contractor, he has no ties right now with this company. So he's willy-nilly to do whatever the hell he wants on WWE's policy. Did you think, or you guys disagree?
Maybe.
So I would think this is more just him penalized for UFC because that's going to be the harsher penalty. He's already he's looking at losing 75% of his purse.
Yeah.
On top of that, Mark Hunt wants all of his money, or he's leaving UFC.
Right.
If he gets convicted for the failure, he's gonna be suspended for 2 years from MMA competition, which means he's never gonna fight again. He just turned 39.
Yeah.
You see him fighting again at 41, 42?
Might as well be 81.
Yeah, I mean, there were rumors that he was just going to be done after this fight.
Yeah.
I thought that's all he wanted to do anyways is one last fight. And then all of a sudden he beats the number 8
ranked guy,
and now
he's number 8.
Now he's in the he's in
the conversation. Yeah. Maybe he knew. He's like, you know what? This is gonna be my last fight. I'm gonna juice the fuck up.
because he knows what that will do. Here's the thing. He had been tested for months when they found out that he was going to do this fight. As soon as he got tested, because you're supposed to have like 6 months advance so that you can get your testing started. So they did a lot of rushing. And for him to fail the test now, the rumor has it from what I've been reading, he was hyperventilating during his workouts. So he was suffering from RAD, something to do with hyperventilating. So he was taking a medicine for asthma.
Right. I heard.
But something in the medicine for asthma. I mean, think about it. If you're in a fight and you're taking a medicine, you're having substance in your body that's going to help your breathing. That Mr. Hunt is not going to have. One way or another, that is a form of competitive cheating. Even though it's not for Lesnar trying to make himself better, it's for him to just survive his workout without him passing out and croaking.
Right.
But if that's the thing that he got dinged for and he wasn't aware of it, then the punishment might not be as severe as though somebody just trying to take TPT or steroids and just trying to bulk the hell up just to kill a guy.
Yeah. And that's what kind of makes this conversation on our end a little bit more difficult because we don't know exactly what the substance is. Mm-hmm. I mean, for all we know, it could be a PED. It could be a fucking recreational drug or something, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm really interested to see if WWE is just going to stay silent about this, or if they're going to say, hey, some other organization did drug testing for you for a substance that we've banned.
It's a different policy.
It just sucks, though, because by WWE not acknowledging it and just putting it behind them, they're just making the situation worse.
Yeah.
This is a guy that's on your cover of 2K17. This is a guy that you loaned out to another company so you can get positive publicity that not only did he win this fight, hey, by the way, on pay-per-view television, on one of the highest buy rates UFC's ever had, on the heels of them announcing their sale, hey, Brock Lesnar, the guy that just beat up a real fighter, is going to wrestle Randy Orton in SummerSlam. That's like hella good pub. And then for all of a sudden, all that just to go down the shitter like this. And then the aftermath like this with the second testing.
Yeah, see, with all this testing, like, okay, Trav, yeah, you might be right. Legally or however they're going to procedurally take care of this, maybe WWE can't really do anything about it because they aren't the ones that administered the testing. But in the court of popular opinion, of public opinion, that looks really bad, and that looks like WWE is incompetent and impotent when it comes to that kind of thing, You're
not thinking about what WWE's already done.
Okay.
They're already got wheels in motion. They already have the cover of 2K17. They've already announced the SummerSlam fight. They can't renege on all this stuff.
Right.
It's already. So what do? You're saying draw attention, say something about it. You're doing more damage by not saying anything about it. No, they're hiding the negatives.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Accentuating the fact that he's still part of the roster by putting him on the draft.
Yeah. How much time is in between now and SummerSlam? Because if this is his first wellness
5 weeks. But then again, remember, this wasn't WWE's wellness policy.
I know, but let's say if, according to popular opinion, well, he got dinged over here. Why can't WWE just use it?
30 days.
30 days. He'd be back for SummerSlam anyway. And he
probably wasn't going to. There's no guarantee he would have showed up until maybe that Raw before.
He wasn't going to be around anyway. Now, the only thing is.
Or SmackDown.
Yeah. The only thing is, well, are they going to mention him the same way they're mentioning Roman? And if that's the case, is that going to piss me the fuck off? Well, it probably will, but who am I?
Why? They don't need to mention Lesnar.
Well, you're right.
But they're gonna, because Battleground, Orton's gonna be on the highlight reel and brag about his match.
And so what? Like, I see what y'all are saying. Yeah. To me, it doesn't really matter because it's two separate It's you have your competitive sport of UFC, and you have your entertainment sport of WWE.
Yeah.
2 different things, 2 different policies, 2 different everything.
Yeah, what if the controlled substance is on UFC's ban list, but not WWE's?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't. That's why I'm not.
Or
Yeah.
again, WWE might let it go with an excuse or the something as opposed to technicality. As
I mean,
opposed to
if
UFC.
it is the asthma thing, if it is whatever the substance was in asthma medicine, that's kind of like a whole poppy seed bagel situation. You know, you go and eat a fucking everything bagel, and the next thing you know, you're getting dinged at your job. It's like, no, I ate a bagel. You know, so.
And that was another thing that we were saying about it yesterday was, it's kind of fishy. Like something's like he passed everything up before the fight. Everything was fine.
And that USADA stuff is random. Like you don't schedule that. They'll knock on your door one morning and is like, hey, piss in this cup. It's not like WWE where you kind of know.
You do.
It's not like WWE when you know that day from other people on the roster that got there early. Hey, dude, they're doing piss tests. Like it's legit random up to the day of the fight.
Surprised I didn't work, right?
Yeah.
I know about those.
Cena number 7, Lesnar number 8, Orton number 9, and New Day number 10.
Okay.
10 picks in. What do you guys think?
Okay, cool. I mean, there's some ups and downs and things that we've kind of already discussed, but rounding out the last half of that top 10, other than what we've already said about like the title holders, okay, cool.
Who's winning the draft right now out of these 10 picks? And try to get out of your mind that Raw had to have more of the picks because it's a 3-hour show.
Well, if you look at the fact that on Raw you have Roman and Brock, that already in my mind, that's 2 strikes against Raw, for right now.
Wow. Okay.
Not because, I don't like these guys. I actually like Brock and Roman.
Well, you had to spend money on that show.
I know. And I've always said that I want to like Roman, but like if we're just looking at it like today in
face
vacuum,
value, their mistakes are hindering you.
Yeah, like you just drafted 2 guys that you can't do anything with. That's a smart draft,
Well, one for like 2 more days.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I like AJ being on SmackDown. I like that. But I mean, nothing else is like really hitting me over the head. I mean, you got Dean on one and Seth on the other. That kind of cancels each other out. Like, I don't know.
I'm just gonna skip ahead a little bit. I'm just speaking of like splits and everything.
Okay.
I'm really disappointed that they put Sami Zayn and Owens on the same show.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought that they were gonna be able to solidify, say, hey, Battleground, this is it. This is the last time they're gonna be able to fight.
And I'm not sure if this was actually on SmackDown or if it was on the little after draft party thing, where Sami Zayn had to cut a promo talking about being drafted or whatever, and then saying, "Yeah, I got drafted to the same show as Kevin Owens," and I think he said something along the lines of, "Yeah, our match, I'm hoping that our match at Battleground, I'm hoping that it'll be the final match, even though we're going to be on the same roster, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, that felt kind of awkward. Like, if it was, you guys are on different shows, there could be, I'm going to end it this Sunday. But it's like,
or if it isn't.
like, we might end it, but hopefully.
But if I lose, I might probably have to fight him again.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to see him in catering every week, so if he cuts me in line with that.
I didn't see that, but I did see Kevin Owens on the draft show. Yeah, where he just like cut loose about how he's pissed off about he
being drafted so late. Yeah.
Hell no. When he had his match before Sami Zayn came to interrupt him, and he's like talking shit to all 4 people on the stage, like, what the fuck, bro? I'm right here. Why haven't I got picked it? This Sami Zayn from behind starts walling.
Yeah, you mentioned something just a second ago about awkwardness. I do want to point out there was a lot of awkwardness out of all 4 authority figures on that show. Oh my goodness, sometimes it's kind of hard to watch to try to get this, because I could tell they were trying to improv and stuff, and I think Stephanie was the only one that was doing any good.
Oh, impersonating Sasha's little pose, and then the New Day's intro.
She actually did a pretty good impersonation of Big E's intro. But like Daniel Bryan and Shane, they're bumbling around on their words and just. I want to. Well, I'll save it for later. I was gonna say something, but we'll save it for later. There's just a lot of awkwardness mainly with the SmackDown side, I thought. And some of the stuff on the backstage interviews, on the post show, and when they were cut to them interviewing, like a lot of wrestlers, they even didn't know what to say or whatever the case may be. But it's just not all gold material back there.
11 was Zayn. 12 was Bray Wyatt only.
Right. Now that you want to start talking about surprises. That was the most surprising to me.
That they made a big fact about, oh, we're gonna split teams if we want to, and only one, and it was Dwight.
That wasn't the only one, but that was the first, and I was like, oh, just Bray. Okay.
See, I wasn't surprised about anything because they listed all the roster, and they said, I mean, they had like Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Eric Rowan. They had all them listed as separate individuals, and they were listed as separate, and then they listed all the teams, and they weren't listed as teams. So I knew that they were going to be possibly separated. And the other one, Lucha Dragons,
they had already announced the day before.
Well, you're missing the other really big one, the Club and AJ, or collectively the Club. You know, they got split. You know, you got Anderson and Gallows on one, and then you got AJ on the other.
Well, let's talk about that for a second.
Okay.
The first one, out of all these people, AJ was the first one, right?
Right.
Okay. So, and he was in SmackDown.
Right.
And then right after that,
Finn Balor
to Raw.
Yeah.
Right.
So right then and there, we already know there's maybe a missed opportunity, or maybe saving that for later. But the question at that point was, where's the club going?
Right.
And where did they go?
Raw.
So
Balor Club Worldwide.
Maybe. Did you see the tweet that Anderson sent out? He was responding to somebody asking a question, how's he feel being split up? And he says, well, we're here to do what we meant to do. There's the club on Raw and there's the club on SmackDown. We're taking over. So that's kind of interesting. You know, they're not saying outwardly, hey, yeah, we're split. Oh, well, too bad, so sad. It's like, no, we got a representative here. We got a representative there. Boom. Which has kind of been the MO of the Bullet Club themselves. I mean, they're on New Japan, they're on ROH, they're over here, they're over there, they're all over the fucking world. So I don't know. I guess it's kind of
we'll be getting some new recruits for the SmackDown side.
I don't know. Maybe that'd be pretty cool. Keith Slater, since he's not drafted.
Hottest free agent.
Let's see, moving right along. Oh wait, you're writing a lot of stuff down. Is there anything that we need to talk about?
This is for later on from what you're discussing, so keep going.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
So Zayn at 11, Bray at 12, Sasha at 13, Becky at 14, Y2J at 15.
Now, where does Sasha go?
Raw.
Where did Becky go?
SmackDown.
Where is Charlotte?
Raw.
Huh. So the women's title holders on Raw, and you got Sasha on Raw. That makes sense. Then you have Becky on SmackDown. What? Why? What? Like, what do they do with the fucking titles here? Is the title going to be only on Raw? Does the title holder bounce and forth between the two? What's going to happen there? Because the women's division is small enough as is, and now you're splitting them between the two shows?
Well, they got a lot of calls from NXT just on the women.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We're getting there. Rusev with Lana's at 16 to Raw. Miz and Maurice SmackDown. We talked about the titles. Kevin Owens number 18 to Raw. Corbin at 19 to SmackDown, and at 20, Cass and Enzo together on Raw.
All right.
20 picks in. How are the brands looking?
And I was trying to think about that all night. Like, who has the upper hand right now? And man, I don't know if it's just evenly paced or whatever, but I don't see an upper hand per se, because SmackDown, I don't know. You want to say they got the new, some newer guys like the AJ Styles, things like that. But if you think about it, SmackDown's got all the big, the established the marquee. Like you have the John Cena, you have the Randy Orton, right? Randy Orton,
Yeah.
AJ Styles to an extent, marquee.
He's he's in flirting that line because he's marquee, but not there.
Right.
Like he's still new to the WWE universe, but he's got a lot of marquee.
I guess I got the mentality of what it was for the brand split back in the day, where Raw was your entertainment show and SmackDown was your wrestling show.
Right.
And I guess I still have some of that feeling
Yeah.
that's what it should be.
You might have to erase that.
I think. Well, it's hard. We're gonna go through more of these picks. It feels like the root of SmackDown wasn't just that it was the wrestling. It was the show where you threw stuff on the wall to see if it stuck.
Right.
That's where you got Eddie Guerrero's singles run. That's where you got John Cena breaking out into the Thugonomics. That's when you got Edge going for his singles run before he became Money in the Bank winner. That's where you got Batista making himself on his own. You know, that's
And then you also
JBL, King Booker,
Yeah.
all that stuff that you would never guess they would try that shit on Raw.
Even
They
the,
pulled that on SmackDown.
even the failed stuff, the failed attempts with
Two
the Swagger
things on
world
that.
title, Ziggler world title.
two things that the reason that's not going to happen now. First of all, that was a tape product, and they're not going to try that on live. Secondly, you had Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
The second one I think is bigger than the first. I think Heyman had a lot to do with pulling strings on getting what he thought was going to look right.
Yeah, but that's I don't know. I'm trying not to compare these brand splits to the one that happened years ago.
Right.
But man, making it hard not to.
Especially because it seems to me that the more wrestling guys, quote unquote, are on Raw right now. I mean, with the exception of like AJ and maybe a couple others, it seems to me, and maybe I'm just talking out of my ass here, it seems to me like there's going to be potential really badass matches on Raw. You know, like just kind of going over in my head. I mean, have we gotten to Cesaro yet?
We're getting there.
No, we had to wait there.
Yeah.
It took a while for him to get drafted.
Here's the next 10. I'm gonna just fly through them. 21, Raw gets Anderson and Gallows, the club. 22, American Alpha from NXT.
That was the first big surprise for me.
Yeah. 23, Big Show goes to Raw. Ziggler goes to SmackDown.
Okay.
That's a guy that, like I said, the guy where you can throw the wall and see if it sticks. I think that's a place where Ziggler could flourish. Nia Jax,
Another big surprise.
another for the women, goes to Raw.
Yep.
26, Adrian Neville goes to Raw. 27, Becky's on SmackDown. She's feuding with Natty. Natty's got picked as 27. She goes to SmackDown. Cesaro goes to Raw at 28.
Right.
Alberto Del Rio sneaks into SmackDown at 29. And then you have Sheamus at 30.
Okay.
So that's where you start getting your technical wrestlers and your sound guys
Mm-hmm.
to bulk up underneath your high marquee talent.
Didn't if I'm not mistaken, and this is probably going into later in the post show rest of the draft, but didn't Raw get like the big shows and the Canes and the Mark Henrys? Didn't all them go to Raw?
These first 30 picks were the ones that were aired live on the SmackDown episode.
Yeah.
I'll highlight some of the other ones. Kane, 34, that he went to SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
Mark Henry, 46, he went to Raw. Braun Strowman, number 48, big guy, he went to Raw.
So there's already a split right there with the Wyatts.
Rowan at 55, he went to SmackDown.
Furthermore.
Mojo Rawley, NXT call at 57.
Man.
We were worried about this when we were watching it because they're doing a pretty decent job, even though you might not like him. But they're doing a pretty decent job of building Zack Ryder to be a compelling character on a brand competing for a title.
Right.
And now that they're bringing in Mojo, I was thinking, oh man, don't give me Hype Bros. If you're gonna invest in Zack, go all the way.
Yeah.
So
That was like 30 minutes before we saw Mojo's name called up.
Yeah.
And I just yelled. I said, "Chris, you son of a."
you did, like I jinxed it. You're like, you motherfucker, yeah. And then rounding out the NXT picks, Carmella at 59.
Yeah.
Is she ready?
Yeah.
Is she?
Maybe not on the technical wrestling standpoint, but character-wise, yeah.
Wait, that wasn't all of it. Where's
Alexa
Yeah.
Bliss was at 47, and she goes to SmackDown.
I think she was the most improved
Yes.
wrestler from NXT. The women, and I told you this yesterday. I said that match that she had
That
with
won
Bayley,
you over.
that won me over with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So
Question: face or heel for Bliss?
heel.
Heel.
Really?
Yeah, she's currently a heel now. Even in the little backstage interview that they did with her after she got drafted, like she was emotional. She tried to hold it back, but she got back into character. Was Little Miss Heel, and I liked it.
Cutting out a lot of the fluff. That's pretty much the meat of the whole draft. NXT call-ups.
Okay, good.
Least surprising of the NXT call-ups. Oh, Eva Marie at 51 goes to Raw.
I'd say that's the most surprising. Seeing her call.
Did you see the meme of her?
I'm sorry, SmackDown. Eva Marie goes to
Oh,
SmackDown.
well, whatever.
pretty much.
Eva Marie got drafted to Pornhub. Did you?
Oh,
see
I
that?
love that. Like, man,
That's
let me
great.
break out my credit card. Balor at 5, Alpha's at 22, Jax at 25, Bliss at 47, Eva Marie at 51, Mojo Rawley at 57, and Carmella at 59. They had said that NXT was only going to get 6 picks. That's actually 7, with the possibility of Bayley being Sasha Banks' partner, whether it's one night only or she gets drafted somewhere.
Right now, this is the one complaint I'm hearing from everyone right now is,
Oh my God,
Bayley. Well, kayfabe wise, like if you're pulling the best of the best that you can see from NXT, why don't you pick Bayley or Asuka or whoever?
Maybe kayfabe wise, Shane and Steph don't take her seriously.
Okay, Nakamura.
I was talking about Bayley, but Nakamura, yeah, you're right.
Here's the problem. Again, if you want the best of NXT, where's your NXT champ? Why didn't you get Joe?
Right.
Yeah.
I actually said I was
Yeah.
thinking maybe he's gonna be called up because why not pull your champion?
Yeah.
But do you want to deplete NXT that bad? Like, if you're going to take the top 5 or 6
but
people NXT has
again,
to offer.
That's not kayfabe wise. Kayfabe wise, yeah, I mean, why not get them? You know,
If you're the authority figure and this is a draft for your brand, for your sport, for your show, why aren't you gonna pick the best of the best?
Yeah.
And you're gonna pick Eva Marie and
yeah,
Mojo Rawley.
that's dumb. Kayfabe wise. Portia, you said you had there.
Well-
You look like you have something.
Well, I'm just remembering from that list that they showed us on the website. Eva
Okay.
Marie was technically one of the main roster females that they had on their main list when listed.
Oh, so she's not an NXT
She's-
pick.
Yeah.
She was already on the main roster. There you go. So
All the- you know,
yeah.
Well, all the clips they
The
showed.
last matches we've seen of Eva Marie have been on NXT. The all red everything, her coming down the ramp, having her feud with Asuka, having
She
her
had
feud
a
with
match
Bayley.
on Raw
And WrestleMania. That was her
and
technically,
WrestleMania.
yeah, technically her call up.
She's already on the main roster.
Okay. All right.
I think her call up was
Thank
when
you,
she did the run in to make the save and everybody booed her out of the fucking building.
Can we just send her back to FCW?
Sure. Okay.
Okay. TNA.
Well, speaking of getting drafted to TNA, guess who got drafted?
Moose. Poor guy. Poor guy. Like half the people, I saw the clip online that TNA posted of his debut. Half the people didn't know who he was. The other half was doing the timing all wrong.
because the music was
like
different.
it
was a little
was a little different, but enough to say that they copied Ring of Honor's version of Moose's
Yeah.
theme, and it's like, oh my god.
I mean, I'm happy that like he's on. Well, hold on. I was about to say I'm happy that he's getting more exposure on a bigger show, but technically, is TNA bigger than ROH right now?
Oh, here's the no.
Is
Well,
it
no.
still?
Here's the thing.
Okay.
It's bigger than what he would have done in NXT, because right now, if he would have signed with before you start trembling and making earthquakes, if
My hands over the dinger.
he's not gonna walk into NXT and show up right on television. He's gonna be sitting there for 6 months, at least working on promo work and trying to get the rust off of him being 6'9" and trying to pull off moves that cruiserweights do.
Okay.
He got signed by TNA. They threw his ass right on television. He's getting paid from jump.
Okay.
Well, again, take that term loosely, but he would have had more exposure, loosely, being right now on TNA instead of being in the gym for 6 months or in promo class in NXT.
Okay.
It wouldn't shock me if he was on NXT today. Brennan would have debuted on NXT television before him.
Well, speaking of, guess who got drafted to? Well, I was gonna say NXT, but to I guess the Performance Center.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marcellus Black,
Who?
friend of the show, Brendan Williams.
Oh, him.
Yes.
Yeah, the fourth leg of the tripod.
What? Congratulations, Brendan. That's freaking awesome. I wish I was there to see your last match at ROW this past weekend. But
Didn't
yeah.
you?
But yeah, dude, pretty cool. Good job, man. I'm rooting for you. Can't wait to see you on TV.
Yeah. Well, hell, if you want to keep throwing out debuts and picks, Cody Rhodes is going to debut at Final Battle for Ring of Honor.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
dropped it
December.
already.
He threw out a tweet that said,
Everybody's drafting everything.
they can keep the face paint. This is all about the honor.
Yeah, I've been over here just fucking drafting Pidgeys and Ratatas. That's
And
about
Go
it.
Duos.
Yeah, Doduos. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you're walking straight.
Yeah.
What the fuck you talking
Pokemon.
Yeah.
You got your Pokemon trainer hat on right there.
Hell, I was in New York trying to get laid. I was playing that Pokemon. Yeah. Giggity, giggity.
That's what I'm
Look at that. I even fogged up my glasses just trying to. And apparently Keith and Shane are debuting on Ring of Honor television.
Oh,
this
so
week.
they got drafted too. Okay.
Yeah, officially on television, Pretty Boy Killers.
Nice.
You get a draft, and you get a draft, and you get a draft.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a draft.
Name of the episode.
I think that's
Everybody gets a draft. There you go.
How about Stephen McFoley overall? Foley being picked as the guy for SmackDown. I mean, for Raw.
They're gonna go one of two ways on this. They're gonna turn Foley heel, which I saw some glimpses of that,
Yes.
or it's gonna be him just butting heads with Stephanie. And I don't know which one I hate worse.
Well, I can tell you who doesn't like that. Cesaro.
Oh yes.
Cesaro said straight up in this like pipe bombish kind of half shoot interview after during the after show draft party thing. It's like, yeah, Raw doesn't need to be about who's getting control between Steph and Mick. It needs to be about the wrestlers and the wrestling.
He was saying that to a floating microphone.
Yes.
Hey, let me introduce Cesaro. Hey, what do you think of your pick on the draft?
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty.
As soon as they said, "Let's go to JoJo," she's with Cesaro. I was like, "Ha! This is gonna be hilarious just to look at." And sure enough, you have to pan it out just so you can see JoJo with Cesaro.
Like, hey there,
Shit,
Hornswoggle.
JoJo's like 2.5 feet tall, and she holds the mic up, and her fist is almost as big as Cesaro's head. Oh,
Yeah. Wait, what?
How about Shane and D-Bry for SmackDown?
Well, like you were saying, Trav, Shane and D-Bry both are kind of bumping along a little. But is that okay with D-Bry? Because people love him no matter what. Because he's just so adorable.
It's a sympathetic pick for GM, but to me, all biases aside, when I see him, I don't think authority.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
He just looks like a dude in a blazer.
He's the guy who fought the Authority.
Yeah,
He's anti-authority.
that is an awesome point.
He's an anti-authority. So he's going to be the guy that's going to learn from other people's mistakes. Like, it's not how I want to run things. It's like I want to run things the way, exactly the opposite of how they would do it. So it's not really him leading. It's him being counterintuitive to what he's been through.
Okay.
So, and not to mention, dude, between Raw and SmackDown, the guy's still older as fuck.
Oh,
It hurt me for a second to realize that I can't see him wrestle in the ring because the ovation that he got the last 2 days, it's like he hasn't missed a beat. And I'm glad that he got picked so we can at least see him in some capacity. You know, like Steve Austin, while he got dropped on his head, he still was on the mic cutting stuff, and you didn't miss
he
him.
was general manager too. Yeah.
Too, and still, it was refreshing to still see him after all that time.
See, the difference between Stone Cold and D-Bry is that Stone Cold was magic on the mic. D-Bry, everybody loved him because he was just an awesome fucking wrestler, and he's never been known for his mic work. You know?
Well, now he's got time.
Well, I guess so. He's gonna have to work on it.
How about the presentation overall of SmackDown?
Was it all that different?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Production value.
Production's the same.
No, for example, opening tag match with the opening match with Cena against Gallows, and we had Cass and Enzo, and we had the rest of the club out there. We actually did a picture-in-picture.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
For the commercial break?
Yeah. They didn't use it all the time, but they sparingly, when they wanted you to not miss it, they would actually play that in.
If they continue to do that, I could see them doing that for Raw.
They're not going to do that. I think the only reason to do that is it's their first, as Renee would say, the first ever live SmackDown on USA. And for that reason alone, it's draft. Everybody's maybe tuning in for the first time. You have your first match going on. What do people do during commercial breaks? Change channel. So what do? Michael Cole queued up, said, "Hey, for you folks at home, we're gonna keep the show going. Enjoy." And they just
We'll be right back.
So you think that's going to be just a one-time thing?
Genius part on them because they just did it during that one match. I think they may have done.
They might have done it towards the end.
If it's so genius, why don't they just bring it back?
It might be something with networks. I don't know.
Okay.
But
and then the crawl on the bottom, like a real draft, where you got
Yes.
picks and in order, and which team got which picks, and the stats
That
on the
was
side
cool.
when people got drafted.
presentation of the draft is all together 2 thumbs
Top
up.
notch.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, like I shared the photo with you on our messenger. ESPN was all over this throughout the day. They were updating it on their website. Entertainment Weekly, Deadspin, Sports Illustrated. They were all over this draft. It's like it was a legit draft.
Yeah.
And the fact that they actually took advantage of all the intrigue by displaying it as a real legit draft. Like if I would have switched on ESPN Classic and saw the NBA draft from the '87, it would have been the same concept where you got all the constant info and you were like hooked from 1 to 30.
Yeah.
And I other than the Cruiserweight Classic, I hadn't seen a main show taken that seriously before, and I liked it. And if that's one of Shane's differences as far as like taking in the presentation, if they can make that stick, I'm all for it.
Well, if we're talking about differences in presentation, that kind of started last week, you know,
which I missed. I didn't see that intro that y'all were talking about.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
The fight, the promos before the show.
Yeah,
started.
where they just cut.
Oh,
the vignettes.
Yeah, the little vignettes that were like, hey, just start talking to the camera. It's like, what's up? And they just started talking. Like, that was kind of cool. If they continue to do little things, then I think that'd be awesome if they stick with it. And here's why I'm saying that. I'm hopeful. I know I just argued against you on this, Travis. I'm hopeful that they do continue to do it. But I am reminded of when NXT first like debuted or whatever, and it wasn't like the reality competition or whatever, when it was first an actual wrestling show. And do you remember when they had like different camera angles?
That big boom camera that swung around and went from the side all the way to the front.
Yeah, like that was really cool, but that only lasted like 2 or 3 episodes, and they got rid of it. You know, I would like for it to come back, but now NXT production-wise, it looks like everything else Kevin Dunn's done.
Yeah. How about the announce team, Travis?
Because that was one question we had during all night.
That wasn't even addressed
at all. Yeah. And it was like later on that night or the next day, they posted up on their app or whatever that the announce teams did get swapped up a little bit. Corey Graves.
Yay!
He finally got called up.
Nice.
To Raw.
Yay!
So what's Raw looking like?
We got Cole,
Boo.
Corey Graves,
Yay!
and Byron Saxton.
Boo.
SmackDown.
Huh?
We have
Mauro.
Yay!
JBL. And Otunga.
Oh, okay.
So no more Jerry Lawler.
Yay!
And no more Booker T.
Well, he wasn't in.
Okay.
Well,
he's more of the desk guy.
They did announce what Jerry Lawler and Booker T will be doing.
Oh.
Pre-game.
Yeah, the pre and post shows.
Interesting. 2 kings.
You know what? Good point.
Yeah.
Everybody's been saying Lawler's gone. Yay, dude! I'm on Lawler's side on this, man.
Really?
We were watching. I was like, man, I forgot how good Lawler's heel stuff was because him and Ronaldo actually had a good vibe.
I've been enjoying Lawler since he's turned heel and went to SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people. Maybe it's just kind of like it's fun to boo Cena. It's like fun to boo on Lawler.
Or hate on Lawler.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah, on Raw when it was him, JBL, and Cole. Oh God, it was unbearable.
Yeah.
But when he requested to be heel again and they let him do it, yeah, it's a PG era. You can't really do half the shit he did before. But he worked within the confines, and some stuff worked, some didn't. But I mean, he was something different. And I think he is better at being a heel. So I was enjoying his work on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of sucks. I don't know if what happened a month or 2 ago with the wife and all that situation, if that had a decision in anything. It probably did, but I mean, it kind of sucks. But I mean, he's still there. He's still gonna have some kind of presence.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish that Saxon was gone.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I wish that he was gone too.
Honestly, I wish they would get rid of the 3-man booth.
Oh, okay.
I've been asking for that for so long. Like
JBL lately on Raw has been dropping a lot of like the lariato and the Japanese references. I would just like to see Mauro and JBL by themselves, SmackDown, and on Raw, just Corey Graves and Michael Cole.
Cole can be fine. It's just whenever you convolute everything with a third guy.
Yeah.
Because now you have to ask him a question, or you have to ask him a question, or he's talking and someone else.
People talking.
To a lesser extent, you know, we just talked about people wanting to hate on Lawler. I am notorious for hating Saxton, But when Saxton and Corey Graves were commenting on NXT in the 3-man, Corey Graves laid into Saxton like hardcore. And I think Cole's got enough pedigree that I don't know if I could buy Corey Graves chewing out a guy that's been there for over 30 years. Like, I'd rather see Corey Graves chew out somebody on his level, which would be either Todd Phillips or Byron Saxton.
They're probably going to team up and pick on Saxton. Cole and Graves.
Tom Phillips went somewhere else too, right? He went to the
main event?
The two shows, the main event and the Superstars.
Yeah.
So my question is, what does that do for NXT? You just got rid of their announce team.
Well, NXT is tape. You're there for one night for 4 weeks.
Oh, Rich Brennan and Alex Del Barrio.
Duh.
Oh, wait. Why? Like, you just got all these guys, you're moving them up and you're moving people around, and then, like, a month before that, you fire your two most promising.
Do you think
the hell
this is an opening, or it could have been a missed opportunity to maybe put Renee Young on an announce team somewhere?
Ooh.
I liked her on this. She did announcing for NXT months ago.
Yes, she did.
I enjoyed it.
I
I think she held her own.
Yeah.
But I think maybe there could have been something there.
Yeah. There could. Yeah. She's just cute as a button.
How about Darren Young and Bob Backlund and the post Raw?
If there was someone to steal the show for that post show thing, did you see that?
I missed it. I was in the bathroom.
Okay, it started off with just JoJo with Titus. Okay, whatever. Titus being the way he is, you know. And then we hear someone yelling from the back. Hey, we're back on the same show. And Titus is acting like, "Who are you?" But Darren Young is hugging him and, you know, being all friendly and stuff. And then Titus is like, "Okay, dude," and he kind of walks away. And then it's all Darren Young and Bob Backlund. Holy shit! If our main complaint was the split screen thing,
right?
That was a total missed opportunity not having them two together for the whole time.
Really?
That was
Last
freaking
night
gold.
was platinum.
Really?
Oh, it was hilarious.
What did they say?
Dude, Bob
You have,
Backlund
you have to believe in temporary cannibalism, brutality. You have barbarism, barbarianism. You can't go partying because you got to go work out, because I know you want to wrestle with him, but you also got to fight. Oh man, dude.
And
Darren Young, and then I looked at Trash straight in the eye. Darren goes, "Oh, Bob, you need to calm down." And I was like, "Yeah, you saw that? He's gay." As soon as Darren Young flipped the hand, I was like, "Bro,
there it is.
There it is. Whoop, there it is.
There it goes."
Well, then he turned to JoJo and said, "Man, you're beautiful," or something like that.
Oh, like 4 times. Like, hey, I might play both sides of the team.
Yeah. But anyway, that was, if you missed it, I'm sure you
go back and look at it somewhere in the last hour. Good God.
But that and the Cesaro both on the same show.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so go back and check it out if you missed any of that.
So
I don't know if we answered this. Who won the draft?
There you go. That's the question. I think maybe SmackDown.
Yeah. It's like, you know what? I want to say SmackDown, but at the same time,
you got Darren Young, you got Titus, you got Casanenzo, you got Cesaro, all on Raw.
It's funny when I told you when I asked you about your Impact picks, what you thought of the first 10 or 20 picks, you never mentioned Finn Balor at all. He's not.
Well, yeah, we didn't even really talk about him that much.
Well, NXT picks.
Maybe
I went down the picks.
Well, I mean, like we didn't go in depth about Finn.
I think it was because it was so foreshadowed and obvious that he was going to be a pick. Like nobody. Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Like, oh, finally.
Of course, yeah.
Of course he's picked. Yeah. So it wasn't to me. It was. That's the thing. I think that's the one thing that was missing from this draft was the big shock, the big surprise. Like there's no. To me, there wasn't anything. Like Kurt Angle. What? Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You want to spill your theory?
My theory?
Your big.
This is going to bleed into our Battleground prediction, but there's a U.S. title match for Battleground. Right. Rusev defending against Zack Ryder.
Ooh.
My prediction, Rusev destroys Ryder.
Yes.
Monday, he's going to come out in Pittsburgh.
Oh.
He's going to be bragging about how he just defeated whoever.
Oh.
And then we hear
Scrub number 9.
We hear trumpets playing. Oh, God, dude. Dude, that place is going to blow the F up
Yes.
as he comes out.
That would be a great
medals and
debut.
all, right?
Oh God, he's got to have the medals.
Yeah. It is an Olympic year.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
Unless Rio doesn't.
And then he gets popped for steroids the week before the match.
Oh.
Just have it be a one-off match. Beat the title or beat him for the title
For a month. Who cares? It's Kurt Angle.
Build it until SummerSlam, so he doesn't have to do anything until SummerSlam.
Wait till the Olympics are done.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And then this.
Dude, literally have a promo that says, I wanted to wrestle in the Olympics. The only place I can do it is here, apparently.
This is my second choice.
Yeah.
But I think both sides, whenever WWE like put the kibosh on whatever Kurt Angle was saying about we're not interested in him or whatever, I think it was very because WWE normally doesn't respond to when other people say they're talking. I think that's red herring. I think they're trying to cover up something, and I think it's a perfect opportunity. People are still have extra eyeballs on the TV right now because of the draft and the
And this will be the first show after the brand split. They won't be expecting a guy like Kurt.
or maybe they are.
Yeah.
Maybe they are.
So all this complaining about, man, Bayley wasn't picked on the roster as of now. Would it have been a surprise if Bayley was picked on the main roster?
I think again, this is our prediction show for Battleground. I think she's the mystery partner for Sasha.
That'd be nice.
We have 59 picks out of 60. Come on.
Well, Slayer.
Fuck him. He's a free agent.
Well, okay.
They literally left him in the room and turned the lights off.
Yeah, they did. And then he flipped a chair.
Anticipation level for Rusev Ryder.
Anticipation? 2.
4.
3. Who do you have winning?
Rusev.
I've
Crush.
already said what I'm thinking.
We mentioned Sasha's mystery partner. What's your anticipation level for the tag match?
6.
5.
4.
All right. So who's your pick as the mystery partner?
It's good. Is it too obvious that Sasha's going to win this just because of the mystery partner, regardless of who it is? Or do you think Charlotte
Sasha needs a win.
Sasha doesn't need to win. And this is a tag match. So they can.
I know you're going with that. Doesn't count because at last pay-per-view there's a tag match.
I know.
And here's what Sasha doesn't need. It's Bayley. I'll tell you why. This whole feud, Sasha being gone for 4 months off of television for no reason whatsoever explained by WWE on television.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like she's been getting the reactions that she should be getting. Whether it's because she's been off of TV for that long, maybe it's the whole Charlotte and Dana pairing. If Bayley shows up as this tag team partner, Sasha's going to be an afterthought. Everybody's going to be on the Bayley bandwagon, and you're trying to build Sasha as a face against Charlotte and Dana. You're going to wash all that out.
Unless you
in
have,
my opinion, you're going to wash all
Sasha
that out.
turn on Bayley, taking her heat.
No.
Another heel?
No, you said last night, Sasha's not really a face. She's a heel.
That's true. I did say that. I'm thinking Nia Jax.
No.
Muscle against muscle to counter Dana?
That makes less sense.
No?
I mean, if
Can Bayley hang with Dana? Come on. Bayley's like a half.
you want to
Can
say
Bayley hang with Dana? The fuck you just say? You trying to piss me off?
Oh, we got plenty of show left.
You think so, huh?
It's Bayley. You think Bayley?
No, I don't. Maybe this is just wishful thinking, but I think that if she didn't get drafted, they're just leaving her in NXT for a little while for whatever the reason is. So I think that they're going to go with someone else. But who I want it to be kind of makes sense, but it kind of doesn't. And it's Naomi. Naomi needs to come back.
Wait, she's on SmackDown.
Huh?
She's on SmackDown.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. This is Battleground.
Yeah, one night only.
Yeah, just pick a partner. That's it.
Did they say that?
They've never said on this build-up before the draft that it had to be from your brand. So she
Right.
can pick anybody that's on the WWE roster right now for this match.
Okay.
Yeah, so-
yeah.
That's why, have it be Naomi. The only thing I don't like about that is the whole Team Bad stuff. Like if there wasn't the history with the Team Bad and it was just, hey, I'm gonna pick somebody, and hey, why not somebody returning that's a pretty competent wrestler? Yeah, Naomi.
Wait a minute. Is Tamina a free agent now?
Sabina, that's somebody who wasn't drafted at all.
No.
She wasn't even in the room Heath Slater was in.
No.
Yeah.
She was the one that turned the light off.
Yeah.
So you still have Sasha winning this regardless.
Yeah, she needs to win it. It's a tag team match, and yes, Travis, you're right. That was the same logic I used last month. It's a tag team match, so Dana could take the fall instead of Charlotte. Why they didn't do that last month, it baffles me. Let's try this again, and hopefully WWE gets it right this time.
Spoiler, they won't.
Speaking of the women, Becky versus Natty, the grudge match.
Wait, on the pay-per-view?
On Battleground.
Really?
Yep.
This is a stacked pay-per-view, dude. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches.
Are any of that pre-show?
Not that has been not noted through the WWE app.
That goes into what Triple H was saying, that now their pay-per-view is going to be longer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Becky versus Natty, anticipation level.
5.
Probably a 5. They've been doing a decent job with the build, even though it feels like rushed. Like it feels like it's spontaneous because they don't have anything else for them, so let's throw them together.
I like Natty jumping Becky, and then I like Becky jumping Natty. I like that.
I love that. I love Becky jumping her. Yeah.
Betty was never drafted. No.
Yeah.
At number 67, Betty Boop. No.
So that part I do like of it, but it does still feel like a little bit of a back burner kind of.
Since we're talking about the women right now,
Yeah.
there was one spot in
So
that
many.
handicap match with Sasha versus them
The
two.
bitches, yeah.
They when Sasha went off the top rope, the knee drop onto Charlotte, and then she stands up, turns around, and gets a clothesline with Dana.
Yeah.
It was a good. That was a
Sequence.
good sequence right there.
Yeah.
That's as close.
Dana
As,
actually.
that's the closest to a compliment to Dana you're gonna get from me.
We'll take it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
Who do you have winning the
She's so
match?
sexy.
Betty.
Who's Betty? You know, is Betty Book the one that's got drafted 67?
Becky versus Natty. Who do you got winning?
Becky. She needs a strong win.
Mm-hmm. Becky and Charlotte, or Becky and Sasha both getting wins on the same pay-per-view.
Natty needs a win. She's been losing for as long as she's.
That's the whole basis of her heel turn, actually.
Yeah, she needs to have a win to solidify that. Otherwise, she'd just go back home to Tyson and call it.
Well,
a day.
after that, because if she wins, she can run for the title. Oh wait,
No, she's on the wrong show.
See, that's the one thing for the draft. That's the one thing that disappointed more than anything is the non-clarification of the titles.
The draft should have been the end-all, be-all as far as like
IC goes here.
questions. Yeah, questions of what's gonna happen. Like, and we didn't get that. All we got out of the draft is we sorted you, and like that's it.
For all the crap of the 3-hour Raws, this would have been the one episode that would have been completely plausible to have a 3-hour SmackDown to tie all those loose ends, announced teams, titles, women, NXT, the whole McGill.
Do you think they should have done the title match first to start the show off?
Nah, it's a title match. We can go last.
Think about that for a second.
Mhm.
How many questions are up in the air about who the champion's going to be, and this and that, and what if they'd done the title match first with the rematch, which that's one thing we didn't talk about was the shenanigans on
Raw.
On Raw.
Well, let's jump to the main event then. Triple threat for the Shield for the title. You have the match on Raw, Ambrose and Rollins.
and I even posted on Facebook like
You called it, like, dude. Who else thinks shenanigans? And like,
Yeah. But my thinking was shenanigans, which is going to lead into the draft, which is going to lead into a split title. They kerfuckled all that up to
Kerfuckled.
we need to write that down in the HWR dictionary. Kerfuckled.
I think
That sounds like something you pay extra for.
I think that's a cuss word. I'm not sure.
We'll allow it.
So,
Where's that damn swear jar?
oh, that got shattered all the
You've been drinking out of it for months.
Oh, I see.
So
He still drinks. It tastes like success.
yeah, low standards, my
I'm
friend.
gonna take this home. Maybe it rubs off on me.
You're not going to be rubbing off on anything. Sorry, Travis. Continue.
I didn't know where I
There's
was
a
going.
reason I got here early. No,
So endings, yeah, shenanigans, well, all that good stuff. The rematch, they ended Raw with saying Rollins was a champ,
With Steph saying Rollins is a champion.
right? And they went off the air.
Mhm.
If you followed it after that onto the network, which I know most people don't,
Right.
The show's over. That's it.
you go to bed.
Yeah, they went on there and they continued the show. Raw continued after that, and they said the ref came back out and reviewed the tape as they always do.
Wait, there's instant replay in wrestling now?
Only on balls and strikes, not on outs.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So he says, no,
Yeah,
their
throw
both shoulders
the
are
red
down,
flag.
so it's a draw. Therefore, Ambrose is still the champ.
Hmm.
So they swapped it, and Ambrose left as the champ.
Hmm.
So in the next morning on Tuesday, they said,
Rematch.
yeah,
Tonight.
rematch on the
Be
draft
ready.
show. Yeah. So, and again, you would think that that's still going to cause some kind of maybe another shenanigan ending,
Yeah,
and
some
then
sort of DTD.
yeah, but that was just straight up. Hey, he won fair and square. He beat him.
1, 2, 3.
Love that finish.
Yeah, it was a good
Superplex into it was like that combo that Seth
Falcon
Rollins has
arrow.
been doing, and Ambrose countered it into a dirty
It
knees and
was-
laid him out.
The thing is, it was like a decent match, but man, I was just like, it
We were
was
spaced out, and it was a 2-hour show,
yeah.
and we were already spaced out by the last
Because
10 minutes.
between all of Raw and all of SmackDown.
That's 5 hours of wrestling.
Besides that, what's the most focus on?
The draft.
All
Who's going where?
the matches were tag team matches and just different things. There's no focus on in-ring competition.
And
Go.
the other thing too is that you had these 2 championship matches that kind of had the flavor of, well, it's just these 2 singles competitors, but they're going to fight again on Sunday anyway with the third guy, which is what it's supposed to be. So this kind of matters, but does it really matter? Because whoever wins, if it's Dean or Seth, well, they're both going to be in a rematch again, adding another guy anyway. So
That we
Yeah.
can't talk about on air because you're trying to get that stuff.
right.
What's your anticipation level for the triple threat main event? Shield, Rollins, Ambrose, Reigns for the world title or WWE title?
Just for the ending alone, because again, I don't know if they're gonna do something with a title, or if there's gonna be some kind of explanation. But I think we might have some kind of
Kerfuffle?
yeah, that word.
Kerfuffle.
Yeah. Watch your mouth when you say it too.
Oh, sorry.
Um,
I guess I'll just stare at the screen and look at myself when I say it. Kerfuckle. See, I watched my mouth.
I want
I
to throw
apologize.
something at him.
Anticipation level for this main event.
7.
Who you got winning?
That's a trickier question. You know what? Rollins. For whatever, and I told you this last night, dude. I've been rooting for Rollins to get that damn title back. Maybe because he's making valid points. Everything he's saying.
Because you agree with them.
I agree with the guy. Like he deserves.
When you're a kid, you like Batman, but when you grow up, you realize Joker is really the one that makes the more sense. Yeah.
What? I don't know. Yeah, I think Rollins is gonna win.
What's your anticipation level?
I'm gonna go with about like an 8. I think that there's just a lot of intrigue that goes into the match. It would be maybe at a 10 if it wasn't for the fact that like it's all been marred in all the stupidness with Roman and this and that. But I want to see what actually happens in this match. And I think that, God damn it, they have to do something kerfuckle-like. They have to have shenanigans. Yeah, you should. Just slap it on a t-shirt. So that we can finally answer the burning question of what's going to happen with the titles with this brand split now. And I think it's going to be something ridiculous where, okay, let's see. Who's on Raw and who's on SmackDown? Dean's on SmackDown, and you got Seth and Roman on Raw. I don't think that they're going to give it back to Roman. At least I hope that they don't. Oh, you're suspended. Oh, you're back. Here, have your title back. Like, no, that they shouldn't do that. But then again, they've been featuring him all this past month anyway. But what I think is Seth is going to have a claim to the title. Dean's going to have a claim to the title. Seth is going to have like a generic ass sharpshooter on Roman, while Dean has a generic ass like crossface on Roman, and Roman taps and like, oh, they both won. Whoa, and then one goes to Raw, one goes to SmackDown. Yeah, or a double pin or something stupid like that, where they're both butt fucking Roman, and they both get the win. And like,
Sure, you watch.
Well,
apparently they all got drafted to porno. There's hypocrisy, and then there's facts.
Oh, facts.
I'm sticking to my guns.
What's that?
My anticipation level is at a 0. Number one, you've been bitching about Roman Reigns, yet you still want to see this match.
Yeah.
I've been bitching about Roman Reigns, and I'm sticking to my guns. I'm not watching this match. If I'm watching it here at Travis's, I'm leaving before the match is over.
Oh.
Number 2.
No, you're going to the kitchen.
No, I'm probably gonna get a beer. Number 2, if any drafts have taught us any lessons, we're not gonna get that answer at Battleground. We're gonna get that answer either on Raw or on SmackDown. So basically, this shit don't matter.
So do you think whoever wins the title, let's say it's Dean, right? You think on Monday, Steph is just gonna come out and say, "Well, we don't have a champ. Here you go, Seth."
That is the biggest thing that upset me more than anything about that draft, about getting the second world title, was the fact that it was handed to somebody.
Yeah,
To Triple H.
I don't
Great,
mind-
Triple H will hand it to him. Like, here.
I don't mind them having 2 world titles. I really don't.
Mhm.
I just don't want it to be handed to somebody.
Yeah.
Screw it. Night of Champions tournament. You've got enough guys for an 8-man tournament.
Is Night of Champions? Oh no, wait, no, SummerSlam.
Oh,
is there.
SummerSlam. Ooh.
What's after SummerSlam?
Night of Champions.
Night of Champions?
They're not going to wait that long to do something.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
I don't know.
My anticipation is at a 0. I don't give a fuck. Done. Is that easy?
I guess so.
How about the 6-man tag? Cena, Cass, and Enzo against Doc Club. Anticipation.
6? Maybe maybe even lower. Maybe 4.
Really?
Yeah,
Me too.
I like Cass and Enzo, but they're going to Raw. The club's going to Raw, but AJ and Cena are both going to SmackDown.
It's an interpromotional match.
I guess. I mean, it seems kind of like a lame duck kind of thing. You know, it's like, all right, go ahead, have your fucking match. Yeah, be done with it. And I feel like we've kind of already seen it.
Go play in the sandbox, kid.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
That's like half of this Battleground card now that the grassroots done. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. I
It
know
feels
that
like Clash of the Champions. Like, nothing's really going to happen.
I know that we
now.
haven't had the official 3-on-3 yet, but damn, didn't we just have that on SmackDown?
I
Where
feel like I've already seen this match.
yeah, me too. Like it's happened.
How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
I did like the big. It was basically a 10-minute promo segment.
Hold on. We had Cena versus AJ the first time.
Mhm.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Cena versus AJ the second time.
How you doing?
Then we had the club versus Cass and Enzo.
How you doing?
Wait, we had Cena versus AJ for a second time? No, we haven't.
Yeah, we have. This is the third match, isn't it?
No.
With them all involved? No?
No.
Well, shit, you messed up my how you doing?
No. Cena and AJ fought once, and then all this. Let's beat up John Cena.
Oh,
And
that's
that's how
right.
we got Cass and
They beat him up.
That's
Yeah.
why. That's why it feels like we've seen this match already.
How you doing? Yeah. Okay. Fucked up my how you doing.
I don't get it. This how you doing? I mean, what? Basically, back to Travis's point, 10-minute promo. You have the club, and then you have the New Day,
Mhm.
jaw jacking.
My only nit to pick on that whole thing was you had heels and faces in the same ring, waiting for other people to come in just so they can break and talk.
Mhm.
Once you got past that, the material was really good.
Yeah.
Although I do want to say something. Who is Carl Anderson's hot Asian wife?
I don't know.
They all look the same anyway.
Oh.
And you'll be hungry again after 30 minutes of going down on the
Oh.
Now it's a kerfuffle. All right. So no, it was like at first it was like a one-off mention of my hot Asian wife, but then like now he's like says it like every week. It's like,
Are we getting the Bullet Babe on Raw?
well, it's not his wife.
We'll do another one. A club chick.
They yeah, the club chick. Yeah, they can
It's
find.
Carmella.
She's not Asian.
Asuka.
Oh.
Shit just got real, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who you got winning this 6-man tag?
I don't really care.
The faces. Why
Yeah,
not?
the faces are gonna win this one. Everybody's splitting up after this.
Yeah, it don't matter.
All right, then speaking of splitting, New Day against the Wyatts. What's your anticipation level for that match?
And I feel like I've already seen this. What do you think?
My anticipation level would be higher if it wasn't for the fact that this isn't going to immediately follow the compound stuff.
No, no, I know why. It's not.
My opinion is wrong.
It's yeah, you are wrong.
Okay.
Because you asked me, and the thing is, it's not a title match. That's what took
Win
me
or
out.
lose, New Day are going to break the record
Nice.
of all the times, longest champion.
Oh, because they mentioned London and Kendrick.
Okay, Regal. London and Kendrick.
This asshole over here. Anyway, they mentioned the team.
Oh my God! I just had a huge Donald Trump moment here.
What?
When you try to talk and then he's like, "Excuse me, you're interrupting me." He just keeps talking, and then he's like downgrading everybody. It's like, you go build a wall, you go make me a sandwich, and this guy just makes sure that the camera's on me because I'm nicer than you would understand.
So you get it.
Yeah, I do get it.
Why are you still here?
Because the lawnmower needs gas and it's closed. I'll put a mower.
The lawnmower is closed.
The lawnmower needs gas and the gas station's closed.
The gas station's closed. Okay. Thank you for the clarification, Pablo.
No problem, Juan. So, Mr. Dump, you're saying?
Gonna make Backlash great again.
Yeah, you.
Or Battleground. Shit. I fucked that up.
TP for your bunghole, 2016.
No, fuck it. It is Backlash. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna build a better Backlash.
It's gonna be huge.
Mr. Trump found his hot Asian wife.
Wait, what? That's his hot Asian wife.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, she's leaving a little to the imagination. I can imagine about 8.
Yeah.
If you're into Asians, which sucks because she's probably like 2 feet tall and he's like the Gallows.
She's the size of his
No,
finger.
no, it's Anderson, not Gallows. The
Oh,
short
it's Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Anderson has a hot
Anderson?
Anderson.
The Bull Babe is
Not that Anderson.
Gal's wife.
Ah, yeah. Are we gonna get to this Wyatt? New
I don't know. Where are we at? I don't know.
Day versus Wyatt. Your anticipation level.
Oh, it's 3.
Who you got one?
I don't know. Oh, New Day.
I got Wyatt's winning. It's non-title. What the fuck? Why not?
I'm at a 3. I got the Wyatt one.
Okay. Yes, if this was immediately after the compound stuff, it'd be great because then it'd be like, okay, how is Xavier going to take this? But then, like, Xavier
But
was
it's not after
fine. Yeah, Xavier's fine. He was out there jaw jacking with all the other teams and, like, you know.
That's the part that threw me off. They get killed at the compound.
Right.
They come back on Monday, and then like the New Day cut the promo that the Wyatts, they're scary. They can scare an ordinary men. We are not ordinary men. Then on Tuesday, freaking Xavier Woods about to do his like Blanco combo finisher where he rolls on the floor, and as soon as he gets up, goes because he sees Bray Wyatt doing his crab walk, and Bray proceeds to beat him. What was this? Oh, only I'm bigger than normal men, so I shouldn't be scared of him. Yet he just got scared. Like all that just washed everything out.
Yeah.
So I think they should have done this whole compound thing at the pay-per-view
Okay.
and build up to a rematch for the titles at SummerSlam.
Okay.
And either way you want to slice it, whether they keep the belts or lose it. But I think some of this stuff it felt like this.
Wait.
I'm going to go back to the
Wait.
original premise that this compound match felt rushed because TNA beat them to it.
You know what this compound match should be?
Abigail on a pole?
The Wyatt's version of a hog pen match, except it's a swamp and it's over by the fucking ramp, and he just shoveled in a bunch of dirt and put some moss and grass on there, and there's like the water.
And a
they
gator
fight
they
there.
call Leatherhead.
Yeah, and they just fight there. It'd be stupid as shit
You're right. It is.
from like the 90s.
Let's liven up things up a bit. Darren Young
Oh,
versus The Miz
Okay.
for the Intercontinental Campione.
um,
What's your anticipation level?
about an 8. Yeah, I like to see Darren Young become great again, get the title. I know that means he's beaten The Miz. It's okay. He's had a good run. I think he has enough steam behind him with old Frenchie over there and like all the stuff that she's been doing and everything. So they're good. They don't need the title. Give it to Darren. This will really have him take off.
I,
Have him win with the chicken wing again.
you normally like to do your reverse momentum theory,
Oh,
and
right.
he did beat Del Rio. He beat him on SmackDown.
That's true.
Or was that Raw? I can't remember.
Go SmackDown with the chicken.
Dude, like I said that last night, dude. I felt like I was watching Raw again.
Yeah,
It felt weird.
and it's gonna feel like that every week.
Unless they get another set. Man, I'm really hoping they get a different set.
We're still recording on Wednesday.
But anyways, so yeah, he beat him on SmackDown with the chicken wing, crossface chicken. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
So then I saw that and I was thinking, okay, so he's gonna lose at the pay-per-view. But I like what you're saying, and I think he is going to beat him. I think he's going to take a title. Also, because going back to what I said earlier, the way Daniel Bryan says, "Well, we need a title, so Miz, come on over SmackDown." But Darren Young is on Raw, so I think what's going to happen is he's going to take the title over to Raw, and then that's going to leave some friction between Daniel Bryan and Miz, because apparently he didn't want him. He just wanted the title.
Yeah,
And now he's not going to have the title. So I think that's going to.
And then SmackDown's left without a goddamn title.
And not to mention,
Nope.
I don't want to jump the gun here. I don't want to get some weird looks. On SmackDown, post brand split, fuck it. Give the Miz one more run at the main card title. With Maurice,
Okay.
why not?
Okay.
I think we'll get there. I think we'll get there eventually with some of your main carders becoming world champs.
Or at least getting that main event rub for the SmackDown brand.
Yeah.
Seeing Miz headline a SmackDown pay-per-view for a title with Maurice, I'm down.
During that whole time period where we had the brand split, there was no more Mr. Perfects anymore, you know, in the sense of, man, this was like the best guy to never actually have the WWE title.
Yeah.
You know, like they remedied that problem because, you know, we had 2 world titles, so they're able to, you know, pass around the wealth. So, like, you never had that problem anymore. Now it's kind of getting to that point. I mean, I know Ziggler's won a title, but it was during that era. If he was just, you know, if the math worked out right,
And
he'd
the
be
injuries.
he'd be another one of those guys. It's like, oh yeah, he's fucking amazing, but he'll never get the title. But now with the brand split again, with the possibility, we don't know if they're doing it, with the possibility of there being 2 world titles again, guys like, you know, mid-card guys that kind of deserve it, that are workhorses, you know, your Cesaros, your Miz's, your
Kevin
Ziggler's,
Owens.
your Owens, they could all have badass title runs.
I was thinking, like, if they do that, what I was saying about Miz losing the title and he goes back to Raw and you have the 2 U.S. title, it goes against my awesome theory that I had for Kurt Angle coming back on Monday, but I thought it was going to happen anyways. So Ryder beating Rusev and taking the title over to SmackDown, and you're essentially switching you're putting your IC title back on the flagship show.
Wasn't the IC title on SmackDown though, and the US title on Raw back in the day?
It flip flopped.
It did. It
Just like the world titles.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Speaking of the Devils, Zayn versus Owens one more time again because they're going to keep going.
For the last time, maybe.
Yeah. For the last time until next time.
Yeah, the probably not final deletion.
Rematch on Monday.
Right.
The final deletion reboot.
Part D.
33 and a third.
Yeah. And the only reason why I would be viewed as complaining is just for continuity issues. I'm not complaining because of matches. Like, I would like to see them fight forever, and it's fine. That being said, my anticipation level for this match is probably an 8. Just because it's fight forever, Owens versus Zayn, you know, Steen versus Jericho. Sure. Fuck it. Have him do it. I like it.
Who's winning?
Zayn. No, Zayn never wins. Owens. Owens.
Loser.
Yeah. Bitch.
Ginger.
What?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
No.
I've got Owens winning this.
Okay.
Yeah. My anticipation is about a 6.
Okay.
You know what? I'll say 7. I'll be.
Okay.
Man, if this was the final match, I would say Zayn. But now that I know this could go on, I'm going to say Owens.
Okay.
WrestleMania 47, co-headlining.
Oh,
Zayn Owens, stretcher match, because neither one of them will be able to walk.
How many of those shirts do they have left?
Which shirts?
The Fight Forever shirt.
Oh, I don't know. They're still.
Until they sell out of it.
Well, they could just reprint more.
Well, damn it. Don't
Yeah.
have theory.
Highlight reel with Randy Orton.
It's a highlight reel. This shit should be on Raw.
I never understood why they do that on pay-per-views, like have like talking segments.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
I
Raw
figured
is
that.
for. That's what
Right.
all your
SmackDown.
build is for.
That's what your
Superstars
3-hour
are-
show is for.
Yeah.
That's not a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck it. And it's Orton, so I'm already like, meh.
Well, I'm kind of curious about that, just to see where his personality's at right now.
Mhm.
Is he heel?
See if he got fat. What?
That What's your anticipation level for the entire pay-per-view?
6.
I'll say 6.
6.
I'm bordering on a 5.
Okay.
The whole
It's
minute.
okay. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah. Orton, what's he gonna say? What can he say now with Lesnar getting
that's
killed?
another thing I'm kind of
And
curious about.
I don't want to watch Raw.
Hell, we might even see a cameo by Brock Lesnar. Like he's talking, he's doing his little thing, and then either him or Paul Heyman come out.
Ooh, Paul
Yeah.
Heyman.
I think Paul
And
Heyman
Orton kills him.
RKO.
From out of nowhere.
Yeah,
we
I
all
think
saw coming.
I think
Yeah.
I think Orton he'll be saying something, and then Paul Heyman will just come out.
Oh wait, you don't think that Jericho is going to be Orton's TV program placeholder until Brock shows up at the actual pay-per-view? So we're going to have like 3 weeks of Jericho versus Orton, and then like in preparation for fucking Brock coming back, and then at the
They
pay-per-view.
could be a tag team, Jericho Orton, for 1 week.
You know what? No,
Turns on him.
RKY2J.
Oh,
I think from jump on this announcement of the way it was presented, the way that this is more like he's in UFC, he's also gonna be on WWE and SummerSlam. The way they announced it was very MMA like there's no build up or anything. It's just you have 2 big names.
and then promos in between, like
Maybe some sit down promos like the UFC does. And I even would hazard a guess, like not even have either one on your show
until the fight.
like have Randy Orton say, hey, during the highlight reel, say, hey, I'm still rehabbing, I'm still training, I'm still getting the ring rust off.
And I need to get into shape for a guy like Lesnar.
Yeah, that would bring some legitimacy to the fight itself.
Yeah.
I think that
Orton takes some asthma medicine to balance out.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That's it for WWE.
Coughing and wheezing over here.
NXT, really quick. What'd you guys think of Joe's promo?
Oh fuck, we still got it. Okay.
We're not even done, bro.
I know.
We got a long way to go.
Yeah, we do.
We don't have that much longer.
I know, not really.
Joe's promo. Samoa Joe. His promos are intense. They always have been.
It made sense.
Yeah.
If you have your main show about 2 guys who think they're the best in the world, and you have a heel champion, your heel champion is to come out and say some shit about that.
Yeah.
And he did it.
And that neither one of them are deserving of being a title just because they think that after this match the winner's going to have a shot at me. What the hell? I just beat one guy and the other guy hasn't even been here for a couple of times.
Joe has always been good at the not cowardly heel.
Yes.
And that's
He's the ray of sunshine in your otherwise all heels wham.
Yeah, all the fucking heels in WWE, they're all the fucking cowardly heels except for Joe. But then he gets challenged, and then he's like,
I was about to say that. Yeah, got
like,
challenged right there. Yeah.
fuck, man,
Rhino came out and he got in his face, and Samoa Joe didn't say anything. He dropped the mic and he walked out like a baby.
No,
Yeah.
He goes, you don't run this, I run this. I'm
which is
working this.
exactly the same thing all cowardly heels say to like cover up.
That's
like,
what Seth Rollins did the other
Yeah.
week. He was just, I'll fight you right here in Detroit. But not
Nah.
tonight.
not tonight. It's on my time because I'm the heel and I'm gonna be scared, but I'm not gonna pretend like I'm scared. So I'm just gonna say that not tonight on my time.
I just want this one time.
Me.
One time, I want to see a heel champion in that role, and the face comes right, gets in his face, and he throws down, and he's all right, motherfucker, and they start going at it.
Yeah, we already do. It's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Double leg takedown, start
Okay.
getting on his face, just start pounding down, You don't
Start pounding down. Check the tape on that one.
Kerfuckery.
I need a vacation from these fuckers.
Finn versus Nakamura took up about 40 minutes of this entire episode.
Match of the week candidate?
I'd say it's a candidate.
I would say for the other, from what I saw on wrestling this week, it's my match of the week.
Okay, that's fair.
Of course it is.
Anything else you guys want to add to that match besides just say it's match of the week? Or
No.
There was some. I like the fact that they did maintain the strong style. Man, I think towards the end of it, there was a couple of good sequences in that thing that I haven't seen from Finn Balor before. There's a thing where he did some kind of it's been like over a week since I've seen this damn thing. But like there was like he did some kind of springboard turnaround and then he kicked him like from the ropes. I don't know. It was a really cool sequence. And then Nakamura got back and he did something right back to him. It was a very cool something I haven't seen before, especially from Balor, especially from them two together because obviously
Yeah.
But it was a good match. The only thing I need to pick on that was freaking fans. Full Sail. God damn.
Taz needs a minute to run down the fans to let him know what he thinks of those Full Sail fans. How long would you need to run down the Full Sail fans?
Well, from when I told you about that,
if you have a microphone in your hand and you're in the ring at Full Sail, how much time do you need to make your point across in front of the Full Sail fans?
How long does it take to say "shut the fuck up"?
Second and a half.
There you
How
go.
about you? Or do you have the same opinion of the Full Sail fans?
I'm not as harsh. Like when they get extra annoying, then okay. But I don't feel like that they always cross that threshold. Singing along with the entrance music, I know that annoys the hell out of you, Travis. But to me, man, I'd do that. I'd sing along with it. But like, once they cross the threshold of going into business for themselves, I'm like, eh. But I don't think they hit that peak every single time. So yeah, they can get annoying at times, but
do you
for the
think
most
it happens
part,
enough to
okay.
have that opinion?
I could see it, but at the same time, man, a lot of stuff they do, I could see myself doing.
Like dressing up as Kevin Owens?
Yes.
But that's not being annoying though. That's not trying to take over the show.
Right. And I don't say that they don't try to take over the show, because sometimes they do. But like, you turn on NXT and the first match happens and the first wrestler comes out and you're already fucking pissed off, Travis. Like at the beginning of the show, like you're like, these fuckers, and like you're mad already. Like, hey, just let them enjoy themselves. Let them have fun.
I like how he just stalks me watching NXT and knows what I like and don't like when I watch NXT. It's interesting.
Yeah.
You have a match of the week candidate. I unfortunately don't.
Okay.
And here's why.
Oh shit.
I had such a hard time out of every single match in the Cruiserweight Classic for this week that all four of them could have been my match of the week pick. But if you're gonna make me with a gun to my head to pick one of the four, I can't pick any of them because all four of them were that good.
Okay.
This was the first episode of the Cruiserweight Classic. At the end of the episode, Kota Ibushi winning against the Samoan guy. What was your impression of the entire presentation of the episode?
I loved the presentation. I loved the Corey Graves in the back talking the way that with the fucking screen and everything. I love that. I love that they had these brackets and they weren't just going 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Like they had one in this corner, one in this, like way tournaments normally run. Like when you watch an NCAA basketball tournament, it's not like, okay, well, we're going to go in order. No, they have seed 1, seed 2, 3, 4 versus 16, 15, 13, 14. And
Did we just talk trash about our HWR brackets?
I think so.
No, because that's what we did.
I'm just trying to understand. You watch the NCAA basketball tournament?
Yeah.
You watch it?
Well, not like religiously. Some things are interesting. I'll tune in.
In the background while he cooks.
I've never heard him mention NCAA before.
Well, when I was at ORU, they actually made it into the top 64 when I was there, so that was kind of a big deal.
He was a part of it because he was there.
Yeah, I was there. I was there when they actually got into the tournament. It was really cool.
Okay.
Presentation, continue.
So yeah, presentation was on point. I really liked it. I like the fact that they knew that we didn't know who any of these fuckers are, so they like try to educate us on who's who. I can't tell you the names of everybody even after the education, except for Kota Ibushi because, well, familiar with the dude, but I liked all the matches. Now, in the match with Kota, where Us number 3 tried to do that flip thing over the rope, but did he botch it? Did he? Was it a botch?
Yes, it was a botch.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's a botch.
Okay.
He tried his best. He tried his best to save it, but it's obvious that was a fucking botch.
Okay.
The commentators even called him out. He's saying sometimes it's a high risk or whatever.
Sometimes you don't get it at all. I don't know. Like it looked almost like maybe a controlled botch, but I don't know. It was weird. It was just different, and it looked good. Like not like good, like oh man, it was crisp and clean. Like good, like wow, that was interesting and something different. So I don't know, I kind of liked it.
First impression of the whole episode of Cruiserweight Classic after the last match. What do you think?
I love it. It lived up to the expectations that I had for it.
It didn't exceed. It just lived up.
Okay, it was fun. I mean, I guess I hate it,
Oh,
but no, dude, the commentators did great. Daniel Bryan was awesome with Morrow. The overall feel, I love the fact that before every match, before the wrestlers came out, they had a little
30 seconds.
Yeah, a little thing explaining who they are and their how they got there. It made you invested in them as a wrestler, and that's something you don't see in wrestling at all nowadays, honestly. So it was really cool to see that. It gave a legit feel to it. I like the fact that they're all from different countries. It made it feel like more global, which is what it's supposed to be.
The little silhouettes with the colors of their country, that was cool.
Yes. What? Silhouettes.
The flag on the background of the
the Titantron.
Yeah, the little creator wrestler, but the creator wrestler was like
yes,
colors
yes,
of
yes.
their flag. Yeah.
We had 4 matches, right?
Mhm.
So
Metallic against Alejandro Sainz. We had Ho Ho Han against Arya Davari. Cedric Alexander against Clement Pichot. And Kota Ibushi against Sean Maluda.
I was the Cedric Alexander match. I was actually really impressed with Cedric. The last time I seen him, he you could tell he cut weight to be in this tournament.
A lot.
Because last time I saw him ROH, he was looking kind of pudgy, you know, for the most part. But he looked in good shape in this match. And man, he delivered. I don't know if I doubt he's going to win it, but I don't know what his contract status is for the ROH or anything like that. But damn, I mean, they need to be looking at that guy.
They kind of are.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Out of these 8 that I just mentioned, Máscara Dorada, which is also known as Grand Metallic, he's already got an NXT deal signed. Kota Ibushi just signed an NXT level deal, and they're looking to sign Cedric Alexander, Zack Sabre, and Gallagher, and one other guy.
Let's say I kind of didn't want to know that, but okay.
Because the part that we didn't really mention in the whole WWE talk, the Cruiserweight division is going to be on Raw, and the winner of this tournament will actually be the Cruiserweight champion going into Raw.
Nice. Awesome.
So they had to sign a couple of these guys to bolster their roster.
Actually,
and that was a point you had made earlier.
That was a big complaint I had last night. They mentioned earlier, hey, Cruiserweight division is coming to Raw. Awesome. During the show, okay, before the brand split, you have, I can think of 2 guys right off the top of my head that are Cruiserweights, Kalisto and Sin Cara. More or less Kalisto, right? He's you think Cruiserweight for their established roster? I think Kalisto. So naturally, you would think that he would go on the brand that's going to have the division, right?
Right.
Where does he go?
SmackDown.
The fuck? And then his partner, Sin Cara, who's I don't even know if he's a cruiserweight. Honestly, I don't know how much weight.
He can cut the weight like Alexander maybe.
He could.
Yeah.
I don't see it being a problem, but it just seems like that is a swap that needed to happen. Like I think that they botched that. Like that should have been.
The only other established cruiserweight that's going to be on Raw is Neville.
Yeah, so I mean, this is so weird. Like, what are you going to do with Kalisto on SmackDown? Feud with Baron Corbin?
Ugh.
Because that's where they're going last week.
That promo.
That's the train wreck. Another train wreck. Kalisto's promo went off the rails like Donald was freaking the other guy. Oh my god, that promo. Like you could see where he wanted to go with it, and just like ran out of syllables and just.
And then he literally ran off the screen. He literally ran off the screen.
Because I have a brain that I can formulate ideas, and it comes out through my mouth. But I'm Kalisto, so I can't do that shit.
No puedo.
No puedo. Oh my god, poor Mexican. Que lo digo en español, pero es en inglés, so no sé qué.
At least he's wearing a mask, so no one can see his eyes.
It's weird y'all mentioned that. What about Enzo?
Yeah, I guess he would be a cruiserweight, but
he qualifies. I mean, he's under the weight.
He's in the tag team division, playa.
You're highlighting Super Edge over Enzo. You know, maybe give Cass a solo run.
Yeah,
No?
yeah, no.
Too soon?
This is what I said. And y'all said, no, you can't do that. When I said split Enzo Cass, have Enzo go to Raw and Cass go on SmackDown. They both have charisma. They both have mic skills. Honestly, they don't need each other. Whenever Enzo does his little spiel, what does Cass do? He just stands there and points. Like, that's all he does. Like, he can do his own thing. He proved that when Enzo was out with injury.
Yes.
He has his own.
Right.
He has his own thing that he can do.
Twice. He did that in NXT.
Right. Right. So I was actually surprised that they didn't split up Enzo and Cass.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it is too soon because they just got on the shows.
Carmella. I mean, I know we touched on her. She's on SmackDown. Ooh, I wish. No, Carmella's on SmackDown. How much of a waste is that she's on SmackDown while her boys are on Raw?
I don't think it's a waste at all. I've been more invested in the Carmella character ever since she was on her own in NXT. You know, we just had the conversation that Cass and Enzo can do well on their own. Shit, Carmella's been holding her own.
Okay.
Now,
I think
don't.
both of your points are right. Like, I think that maybe she should have been introduced with Enzo and Cass on the main roster and then split during the draft. Like, she should have been brought up with them or at some point before the draft.
Somebody who doesn't watch main roster stuff, they're going to see Cass and Enzo, and more specifically Enzo doing his, and you can't teach that thing, and, realest guy in the room, bada boom. And then they're going to see on SmackDown, Carmella, hottest chick in the ring, how you doing? I'm like, somebody's going to, who doesn't watch NXT, they're like, she's just copying him.
But you know what? That is up to Mauro Ranallo right there.
Okay.
30 seconds of they used to be like the clubs trying to take over both shows. Fuck it. Jersey's taking over both shows.
Okay.
And then on the special events, they all come together. Fuck it. Have Carmella as a valet this Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That'll work. Now, I know we kind of went off the rails here. Let's circle back around to the CWC. You talked about a couple of guys. One guy I liked that I was impressed with. I don't know who the fuck he was. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
I really like that guy. I liked him a lot. Like, his wrestling was pretty cool. He's got a different name,
I just like his name.
Yeah, I do. I like his name. Like,
it sounds edible, doesn't it?
Yeah. And he had like a certain like understated kind of charisma. Like, he wasn't, the next fucking Jericho or anything.
Like Buku Dao from ROW, right?
Yeah, he had like a little.
Yeah, where's that guy at, man? He needs to be in this damn thing.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, I don't know. I liked him. I like the dude.
I don't remember anything about him. He was just kind of there.
Okay.
And I'm kind of almost surprised that Daivari, the brother of a former WWE superstar, didn't get the win.
Yeah, I was surprised there too.
Because he looked
good shape.
Good.
Yeah, he looked like he knows what he's doing.
He looked like a better in shape version of Daivari.
Like a bigger version of him, like a taller, Anyway.
Still to come, Brian Kendrick against Raul Mendoza, Tajiri against Damian Slater, TJ Perkins Suicide against the Mac, Lince Dorado against Mustafa Ali, Akira Tozawa, that's another guy that WWE is looking to sign, against Kenneth Johnson, Zack Sabre Jr. against Tyson Duh, Drew Gulak against Harv Shearer, Tony Nese against Anthony Bennett, Rich Swann, Jason Lee, Noam Dar against Gov Shearer, Gallagher against Aichner, and then the last match, Gargano against Ciampa.
Ooh.
But we're on Wednesday. That show's already
It's happening
That's
right
happening
now
now.
while we're talking.
Yeah.
And NXT.
Yeah.
Well, it's over because it's 8 to 9.
Yeah. So there you go. That's something exciting for us to watch.
As soon as we get out of here.
Yeah. Portia, you got a lot of stuff written down over there. What's going on?
Oh, okay. So we have a newcomer, Bobby Lucas. Hi, Bobby.
No, he's been around. Yeah.
He's been around. Well,
Yeah, he's been around.
He didn't speak up. Well, I didn't
Yeah.
see. Okay. Well, anyway, y'all kind of touched on it already, saying that the Cruiserweight title is going to be exclusive to Raw.
Right.
But would it be better if it was a floater, like how some people are expecting the other belts to be?
We don't
It
know.
depends.
We don't know anything about the titles.
Yeah, it depends. Like if I want it all of them be fucking floaters, or none of them be fucking floaters.
And I think that's where the Cruiserweight division probably got it right in that aspect. For the most part, all the Cruiserweights are going to be on Raw.
Except for Twisted.
Which could still work out a trade post-draft, throw them over, maybe. But for the most part, everyone's going to be everybody's going to be on the Raw roster. So that just leave that as is. And that's another issue. Another listener brought it up when somebody posted on the Facebook page. I don't want the cruiserweight guys to suffer the way they did in WCW, because right now we have Daniel Bryan as a champ. Seth Rollins is like 215. You know, there's guys like the weight doesn't matter. If you're good in the ring and you have charisma, you can beat Rey Mysterio and be a champion there. So
Should they have renamed the Cruiserweight division?
It's
the YZ division.
yeah. It's not about weight limits. It's about no limits. No, I don't
I'm
know.
just asking
Maybe.
because I mean they just got rid of the word heavyweight.
Did they?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just WWE champion.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless they're planning to do a split title and bring it back the old heavyweight title.
Well, I mean that's again we don't know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Again,
with titles.
yeah, dude. Like I want them to be consistent with one or the other. And here's the one bad thing. You could somewhat think, or you could kind of assume, with the exception of Becky, that the women's division is going to be on Raw. So wait, Raw's going to have the cruiserweight and the women's, and wait,
And the mid card title.
and whichever
And the
mid-card
tag title.
and the tag titles. Like, well, fuck, are all the titles just going to be on Raw? And
That's a 3-hour show, bro.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
They
you got
just
to.
have the extra title for the cruiserweight. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, and in the women's title. So.
Exactly, you know, and
But
the tag.
I looked it up. I mean, Raw got 7 women and SmackDown got 6.
Okay.
Unless
Well, I mean, one of them is Eva Marie, so it doesn't really.
one is Dana Brooke.
Oh god.
And here's the
One's on Raw, one's on SmackDown.
Okay.
Dana Brooke and Eva.
Yeah,
I don't wanna-
cancel out.
I don't want to screw this up, but I'm trying to look further ahead. If they said that this is the first annual Cruiserweight Classic, are we going to have like a TNA-ish exception where at the end, before the next Cruiserweight Classic starts, your Cruiserweight champion gets a shot at another belt?
No, I don't think that's in WWE's
Or is that
style
like,
to do that. That's a little too.
When did they say this is the first annual Cruiserweight Classic?
they've been saying it from the beginning, that it's its own brand, that this is the first annual Cruiserweight Classic, that we should be expecting more of this. Maybe that changes now that the division's on the roster full time on Raw. But
Maybe a buy.
Maybe.
anything else?
Yes.
Let's see. Well, you kind of answered the other question already. Like, which cruiserweights do you see WWE keeping around for the cruiserweight division? I mean, you already kind of
Well, yeah, all the ones that they're already
signed.
signed, Dakota Ibushi and whatnot. Oh,
Yeah.
and shout out to Davari, who was at the show. What's up, Davari?
Which show?
Bro.
Oh, ROW.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. I saw that.
There you go. Oh, that's cool.
he should be back. I think next show.
Okay.
And Tommy's back on the road for NXT.
Oh yeah.
He'll be in town next Saturday for the NXT show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you going to that?
Hell yeah, I am.
Nice. Are you?
No, I don't get tickets.
I didn't have tickets either. Okay. Cool.
That's a show.
We done? Oh, well, Lucha Underground. We didn't talk about it. We're in the middle of Ultima Lucha. Dos. Last
Part
week.
2.
Yeah, last week is part 2. Right now is going on.
Last week was part 1.
Oh.
This week we should be talking about part 2. Next week will be the 2-hour season finale, the 3rd episode of Ultima.
Which has already happened this week.
Which is just finished. Well, it's about to finish. Yeah.
So we're gonna skip the talk now. That way we could talk about it next week and put it all together. Because all this was a lot of WWE talk.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Good
So-
God.
Yeah, Lucha Underground will have to be saved for next week, and then we could wrap up all the Ultima Lucha stuff. So, is that it? Are we done?
Sounds like
Any
it.
more opinions? Listeners that chimed in while we were on the YouTubes, thank you so much. If you are watching delayed on the YouTubes, thank you. Try to tune in Wednesday nights at 8. That's what we are officially moved to now because it's SmackDown. If you're listening to us on the podcast version, hey, try the YouTube. See our ugly mugs live and in Technicolor.
If you want.
I have to.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter at H Wrestling Radio. Go to Facebook, facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio. Check out Pop Culture Rewind.
Hey.
Yeah. Travis, what you got going on Pop Culture?
We have volume 2 of our 90s music episode, all about movie soundtracks from the 90s.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Popculturerewind.com. Yeah.
There you go.
If anybody wants to buy our merch, where can they find it?
You can find it at Redbubble, redbubble.com/HWR
I don't
podcast.
even know.
I believe so. HWR podcast. And also on TeePublic. TeePublic, also HWR podcast, I believe.
And if you see him on the street,
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Run.
got some on him.
Well, let me know before, because I don't just like carry them around everywhere I go. I have them in my
Yeah,
apartment.
he does.
So, yeah.
He does fair.
Yeah. If you want like that shirt or that one over there, yeah, we got some of those. All right, so that's the show, guys. Adios, my friends. Keep it classy.
Toodles.
I'm a gangster.
No,
No,
no, you're
no.
not.
I'm not. Gangster of love.
Langsta.
Wankster? Wankster of love?
And with that, we're out here.